The Wonka Experience was just the start.
It's the end now.
We're in an age of terrible low-budget events, and this week we saw perhaps the worst one yet, complete with almost nothing at all. We've been getting so many of these scam events, each more hilarious than the last, and we're going to run down some of the most recent examples on this Scroll Deep with me, Benedict Townsend, the show that keeps up with internet nonsense so you don't have to. Huge news, the final 2 episodes of our show, Vine's 6 Seconds That Changed the World, are now out, meaning all 8 episodes are available for you to binge right now on your podcast platform of choice. It's our podcast series about the rise and fall of Vine. We worked very hard on it. Please listen to it. Please listen to it. A Million Lives Book Festival is an event created by Archer Fantasy Events and said to be, quote, the perfect event to make more bookish friends. This is a BookTok event aimed at BookTok people. They're one of the most popular hobby groups in the world. You know, people united by a hobby, like Democrats or Republicans or Australians, people who get together to enjoy their kind of made-up fantasies. And they've been one of the prime targets for these IRL events designed to bring people together to share in their magic of turning pages and looking at letters. And this event had tickets starting from $50 and going as high as $250. Wow, you must get quite a lot for that money. Well, for that money, they were promised access to a vendor hall, panels, a content creation room, a fandom cosplay meetup, a cosplay competition, and a ball. In fact, not just any ball, the Lavender Romance Ball. Isn't lavender romance when 2 gay people pretend to be in a relationship to be each other's beard?
Lavender marriage, yeah.
Lavender marriage, wow. It's a very specific ball you're paying money for there. I'm sure we'll see popular celebrity there. I would say so far, it sounds amazing. And I would say that probably nothing can go wrong. Anyway, this is what they actually turned up to. It really is just a room. My favorite detail is the table with the single row of rose petals from beginning to end. I like that they committed to, like, we're not going to spread them evenly. We said we were going to do a runner of rose petals, so we'll just do one single file line of rose petals. It looks beautiful. You know, there was a conversation that was like, hey, you ordered those 100,000 rose petals, right? Yeah, boss, 100 rose petals, just like you said. I imagine there were 2 of them organizing it. One was very tall and thin, one was short and squat, and they're always like going, you idiot, to each other. A Million Lives Festival, more like around 8 or 9 lies festival. Attendees, a lot of whom were authors themselves, were obviously very disappointed. One said, quote, from complete disorganization, a lack of normal event amenities such as water, snacks, Wi-Fi access, the absence of promised and paid for amenities such as the swag bags, and being told by the events coordinator that over 500 people were going to attend when only 80 to 100 actually did, I was completely shocked minute by minute. It's crazy to not have water. It's actually crazier to me to not have Wi-Fi when this is a BookTok event. Also, don't most buildings have Wi-Fi? Most convention centers, they were so cheap that they went in and took the Wi-Fi out because they didn't pay for it. People were incredibly upset. One person said they planned their pregnancy around going to this event. Big sympathy, but that is a high bar to set to an event. That's got to be a great event. And I think it is quite sad because it shows that people do want offline stuff. People want IRL events. People just want a bit of human connection. And it's sad that these people consistently keep being disappointed. Now, the event organizers had originally said on their website that there would be no refunds, which is always a good sign. But now they've come out, they've sent an apology email, and they've said that everyone will be getting refunds by the end of May. Also, apparently there were 603 tickets and only 140 people showed up. Now, immediately, obviously, we have to draw comparisons to the viral Glasgow Wonka Experience that we all had a good laugh about last year. But if we run it down, I think the Wonka Experience might actually have been better. So the Wonka Experience had sets, at least. You know, it had artwork. This one truly was a room. It didn't have anything, it was just a bare room. Wonka had some beautiful AI art. And AI art is looking so good these days. And artists, you should be worried. That's my favorite type of terrible viral post, when they're like, artists should be worried, or filmmakers should be worried, and then they will show you the most dog shit thing you've ever seen in your life. It'll be like a person turning and their neck doesn't turn properly with it, and it's like, look out, Hollywood. The Wonka Experience had actors. This didn't. The Wonka Experience had the unknown. This did not have the unknown. Well, they could have been there. Whether or not they were there is unknown. But there was actually one in between these 2 events. There was the now infamous viral Bridgerton ball, which was complete with undercooked chicken, a lack of chairs that left people sitting on the floor, and also a pole dancer. And not like a sort of, pole dancing is like a genuine thing people do. It's like a type of dancing, it's a type of fitness. But, quote, as the night wore on, we were presented with an exotic dancer with a pole, which very much appeared to be a stripper. So it's just an actual pole dancing stripper, which, hey, nothing wrong with that, but you got to pick the right event. That might even fit BookTok a little bit more than Bridgerton, because we know what those romanticy people are like. Apparently, she was dancing to a string quartet version of Timber by Mr. 305 himself, Pitbull, which I'm sure was a beautiful musical rendition, but maybe not quite Bridgerton. Also, I'm extra mad because Bridgerton is one of the only examples of Benedict representation on TV, so, I really want them to do a good job. Now, one problem with hosting an event that will be filled with people who are on TikTok is that they will come and they will film it and they will document everything you did, or rather did not do. And we have so much footage of this book event. I mean, it's a lot of footage of an empty room and people standing around. I do feel really sorry for these people though. They really dressed up. I think a lot of them spent a lot of money on gowns and stuff. I don't think it even had to be that good. Like, if they just dressed the room up a bit, had a bit of music, like, I'm sure they were up for a good time. It's the fact that there was nothing at all. They probably had more entertainment, like walking along the street to the event. Which reminds me, by the way, sorry, unrelated, we are hosting our very first Scroll Deep Ball. I'll be there, Asterix, and it's going to be one of the best nights of your life. Everyone has to wear a gown. Tickets start around $500 Australian, and everyone's going to be there. Crabble Roan, the Laughing Lady will be there, plus a special pole dancing performance from yours truly to a string version of the Challengers soundtrack performed on strings. Just like it's going to be a great night, no refunds. Go to www and then if it's meant to be, you'll be able to guess the rest. What do you make of this event? Do you think it was worth every penny? Were you at the event? That's the most important question. Were you at that event or any of these events? Were you at the Glasgow Wonka Experience? Are you a child? How did you make this account get offline? Let us know in the comments down below. I also just want to hear your craziest event story in general. I feel like there's plenty of terrible local events that we've all been to. Maybe it was even like a school thing. Did you have like a really terrible school disco? Do you have a really terrible prom? I know prom is like a huge thing in the States. Did you have a really terrible promposal or something? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And now we come to the secret question, for people who've made it all the way to the end to reward your good attention span. And I guess we'll keep it sort of Bridgerton related. If you could be dropped into any historical period of time, how quickly are you dying? Because I think you drop me any time before 1990 and I'm just immediately getting a cold and dying. Even in like 1983, I've got a very poor immune system. But the further back you go, the more points you get. So if you could drop into Roman times and survive, do you think you could do that? Or would it be boring? That's the thing when people are like, I wish I could live in the past. I think it'd be really boring. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm bored with these chariots. I've got my iPad. Not been invented yet. I'm Benedict Townsend, and scamming people, that's not tennis. And we'll see you next time on a little show that I like to call Scroll Deep.